Meanwhile,
day he
in the
arrived,
animal kingdom of Motown...
Blinking stepped into...
Oh, sorry. I'm early. Yeah.
The day he arrived, and blinking stepped into the San Diego sun, he saw there was more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the cloudless sky keeps great and small on the endless round. It's the circle of Rotary life, but it didn't all start in San Diego. So let's all start reimagining Michael Brunker.
Meanwhile, in the animal kingdom...
You believe this guy?
Hey, what? What guy?
Brunker, man, that Brunker guy.
Oh, man, he's a fool.
Fool indeed.
Yeah.
Man calls a foul on himself.
Who does that?
Nobody. He was doing it when he was coaching at Brother Rice High School. Calls a foul on himself, and he's the coach.
Yeah, what a fool. Hey, my brother plays high school ball there.
Well, your brother plays for a fool. Man calls a foul on himself. Nobody does that.
Yeah, who does that, man? Hey, he gets a lot of playing time, and the coach takes him home from practice.
Well, your brother's a fool, too. Man calls a foul.
Yeah.
On himself.
What a fool. Hey, man, my brother needs help on the playground, and it's with the coach.
The coach. Man calls a foul on himself.
No, I got it.
Let me tell you what I heard, but you gotta take my word. Yeah, that Michael guy, he makes no sense. He's such a fool, won't keep you in suspense. He calls a foul, but here's the catch. He calls him on himself, oh, natch. And you know that I heard it through the grapevine, and it really, really blows my mind. Oh, we heard it through the grapevine, and it really, really blows my mind. Michael.
Stop calling him a fool. He's coaching kids at school. Stop, you're way out of line. He's trying hard to shine. Think it over. Think it over. Now he's the kind who's gonna do some good. And don't you know, in every neighborhood, oh, it's Michael's warm expression that earns him love and affection. This time before we let you go, don't talk that trash, no, no. Think it over.
Who's got coaching coming through his pores? Who left Motown to bring it to our shores? Well, I guess you'd say, who might feel the heat today? Michael, talking about Michael, he's got so much honey dripping through his voice. And when he asks you to stand, you really have no choice. Well, I guess you know who is getting this fine show. Michael, talking about Michael.
right now.
Hey, Michael, don't you think a nice bell with a big hit with a gavel would work way better?
Thank you all for coming to this. The 39th game of my second season here at the Detroit Pistons with 2 more home games left this season.
Wow, is that how many? You're almost done.
Just want to say how grateful I am for you fans. All you've done for this team. Many of you have been fans for a long, long time now. Okay, how many of you have been fans for 20 years? Stand up now. Be recognized. Stand up. Stand up.
Woo, that's a lot.
Okay. How about for 10 years now? Go ahead. You know who you are. Stand up and be recognized. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
You gonna keep asking till they all stand up?
You know, if we won more games, I know we could get more of you to be fans. Let's see, how many just started being fans tonight? Go ahead, stand up tall, please, stand up. There you go, we see ya.
Are you gonna keep asking till they all stand up?
I am, and you know what? I think halftime might be over, so I gotta go.
Okay. In this Rotary kingdom, that Michael, he's just so busy. Don't you think? That's Michael. Nothing really cool that you do would ever slip by Michael.
Michael.
Nothing worth a tout would ever go without a shout from Michael.
Michael, he's sticking to us all like a stamp to a letter.
And when he says to stand up, you better.
You best be believing you can't be deceiving Michael. 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 Michael.
Did I come on the right side?
Michael. Michael.
So, Timon, what are we doing here in San Diego instead of at home in our jungle?
I'll remind you, this is a jungle. It just looks a little different. I mean, look at all those animals out there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all these vines we got in the jungle.
Oh, yeah. That is a lot of crazy creatures for a Rotary president to lead.
And we're gonna help you.
Oh, no, I don't think he wants us messing around in his meeting.
What are you two doing now? Are you trying to help? You're gonna get into trouble.
That's just what I was saying.
I'm telling you.
I was saying.
He doesn't need any help. Let's go, Poopa. Come on.
Well, where are we going?
Well, we're going.
YMCA. YMCA. I hear they have a new pool, thanks to Brunker and crew. Just make some noise. YMCA. YMCA. I got it.
Oh, you're our boss. I wonder what happened to you.
You know,
Yeah.
meetings.
Go ahead.
I can't wait until you ask the question and see how he answers it.
I'm all ears.
Guess so.
Yes, sir. That's what we're doing. We're tearing down to build up. We're reimagining the YMCA. Yes. Next question.
Mr. Brunker, I understand that you've raised almost $30 million for this new facility. Is that right?
You know, that's almost exactly close to the approximate number. That's That's good work there. Zazu, let's give that reporter a real big hand.
A real big hand.
A real big
hand. Got it. Let's give them a really big hand. Got it for you. Here you are, a really big hand. Yeah.
Thanks. This is great. So, are you worried or getting anxious about all this money that you have to raise?
Zazu, am I worried?
Nah, boss, with you, it's that same phrase, Hakuna Matata. You always say that. The Swahili phrase for no worries.
Oh, no, please. We're not gonna sing Hakuna Matata again, are we? I know. How's about... It's Rotary and Michael. What a member he'll be. Rotary and Michael. He grows money on trees. He means no worries. Don't you all agree? He'll be our president. Eventually. Rotary and Michael.
Mr. Brunker, question.
Yes. Hey, actually, in fact, I know you, and I knew your dad, and your mom, and your grandparents, and most of your neighbors. So, what's your question?
You know, Michael, you know everybody.
Okay. My question is, now that you're nearing completion of the Y, what are you going to do with your time? Are you going to go back to coaching? What are you possibly going to do?
You know, that's a really, really good question. Hey, let's give this reporter a really, really big hand. Zazu, give them that big hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here comes.
Thank you.
You know, I've got some ideas, some service ideas. Maybe service above self kind of ideas. Spending my heaven doing good on earth, knowing the best is yet to come. Teamwork makes the dream work. We all will fail if we fail to try. You become what you believe. Some people want it to happen, some people wish it would happen, and others make it happen. Am I right? You know you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. We're doing heavenly work here on earth.
Okay, Michael, that's enough wisdom for today.
What was the question again? I think I've got another meeting.
Yes, you do, Michael. Yes, you do.
All right. Settle down. Let's get settled down here. I know we have much to discuss here at the first meeting of the first ever complaint committee of San Diego Rotary in the only term of Michael Brunker as president of Rotary, the 33rd oldest and 10th largest Rotary club in the world.
Do I have to applaud now?
Of course we applaud. Always after that.
Now, let's hear each other out. He's been a good president.
Well, what if I don't want to stand and be recognized?
Yeah, I don't want to either.
Bashful? Really? I don't think so.
And it's not like that cost you happy dollars?
Yeah, when he asks me to stand up, I do give him.
Well, aren't you glad and happy to pay happy
We're
dollars?
happy dollars for the club.
Probably.
Yeah. Happy dollars. We all love happy dollars, right?
Right. So you know what? Let's just disband this meeting because we got to go do some heavenly work, right? Right? Do some heavenly work. So get it right, people. Get it right, because ain't no club like the one we've got. Ain't no club like the one we've got.
Ain't no club like the one we got. Ain't no club like the one we got. Every day the sun comes up around here. Michael makes the birds sing in harmony. Happy dollars rain. We're glad he found them. Heaven must have made Club 33. The stars are warm and beaming, a sight for the throngs to see. Ain't no club like the one we got. No, they don't come better. To make us happy doesn't take a lot. Don't lay things on angels' wings. So together like a hand in glove, gonna make the world much better. Ain't no club like the one we got.
And don't you forget it.
He arrived in our city and blinking stepped into the sun. There was so much that he had the vision to see, more to do than he would get it done. So much joy to take in here, worthy souls Michael has found, and the work we would do to make dreams come true are part of the endless round in the circle of life. In our Rotary, through trust and faith, through strength and love, and find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of Rotary life. Michael led us in the circle of Rotary life. Happy dollars?
Reimagining Michael Brunker, our Motown Lion King. Come on now, let's all give Mr. Michael Brunker a really, really big hand.
Here we go.
It's all right.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Michael Brunker's roast. And this is the part where we get a little bit of fun, but mostly we tell Michael's story so you can read between the lines. Michael was born in 1952 in Detroit, Michigan. His mother was of Sicilian background, and his father was a blue-eyed, blonde-haired brewmaster and auto assemblyman. As we now know, Michael found out later in life that he actually had a different biological father than the father that raised him. Due to the unintended benefits of 23andMe, Michael learned that he actually had several other brothers and sisters and other relatives he never before knew existed. In fact, it all makes sense now when you see the other people Michael is related to. Where does Michael get some of his natural-born talent and attributes? His compassion. His compassion might have come from these great aunts and uncles. Michael's communication skills from these relatives. But where did that voice come from? That beautiful voice. Maybe some of these relatives. Now let's condense and tell a very short version of Michael's accomplished story and how it all led to today's celebration. This is a story about the betterment of San Diego and the betterment of our Rotary Club. Michael was born in the hard side of Detroit. Although Michael's father worked hard to provide for his family, he was laid off several times in difficult economies. The Brunker family fortunes changed when Michael's mother won 2 automobiles in a promotion raffle. The sale of these cars allowed the Brunkers to acquire a home in a better part of Detroit. However, this was a time where a new form of music combined with racial strife defined Detroit. Motown records, professional sports, and a strong Jesuit education provided Michael with mentorship and experiences that set him on a new and better trajectory. Michael was positively guided by some of Detroit's most gifted black leaders. This included Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member Melvin Franklin of the Temptations and NFL Hall of Famer Dick Night Train Lane. As a 15-year-old, Michael bore witness to the 1967 Detroit race riots. A year later, Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. It was from these tragedies where the spirit of community and giving back struck Michael Brunker. Michael was engaged by Martin Luther King's message. That message was, instead of tearing it down when you see something that is not right, you must say something. You must do something. Each of us must do our part to help build the beloved community. After graduating high school in 1970, Michael attended the University of Detroit Mercy, the first of his family to attend college. It is there that Michael walked onto the college basketball team. Because of a part-time job taken when his father was ill and his family needed the money, Michael was asked to coach a small high school basketball team. The success on that court led Michael to become Coach Bill Norton's assistant coach at Brother Rice. It is 1974, and that team goes on to win the Michigan State Basketball Championship. Michael's coaching talent gets him hired by the world-famous coaching legend Dick Vitale to coach the University of Detroit Mercy Titans in 1977, and then on to the NBA for coaching the Detroit Pistons in 1978 and 1979. In 1979, Dick Vitale leaves coaching to broadcast for ESPN. This is the event that causes our San Diego region to be the beneficiary of Michael's talents. Because in 1980, Michael comes to San Diego to coach the San Diego State Aztec basketball team with head coach Dave Smokey Gaines. Many don't know that our most famous Padre ever, Tony Gwynn, was on that basketball team. By 1987, Michael was out of sports, but he methodically plotted out his post-coaching life. And that is really where the San Diego community benefited from Michael's talents. With encouragement from another San Diego legend, a Mr. San Diego, Cecil Stepp, Michael establishes and runs the Police Athletic League of San Diego from 1988 to 1997. In 1997, Michael is recruited to become the executive director of the Jackie Robinson YMCA. Michael engages the business and civic community of San Diego and implements a 5-year strategic and sustaining capital campaign that raises almost $40 million to change lives in our community through the Jackie Robinson YMCA. This year, this Rotary year, Michael Brunker's magic continues. Michael Brunker expands the impact of Rotary locally and globally. Through his presidency, Michael has spread the mission of our Rotary Club and asked our members to not only be joiners, but to give and do more. He challenges all of us to do more and leave something behind. This Rotary year, we raised over $155,000 at our auction. We distributed over $225,000 in grants. He raised $400,000 to help benefit future Camp Enterprise programs. He facilitated granting over 70 Paul Harris fellowships through the help of Jim Hughes. And we've added 30 new members to this Rotary Club, all Herculean efforts. Michael Brunker has left a lasting civic legacy, all the while producing a family legacy through his 48-year marriage to Maria. Welcome, Maria. I see Maria's here in the audience. Thank you, Maria. He has 5 children and now 9 grandchildren with more on the way. In conclusion, let me take the time to read a letter from Coach Vitale to this Rotary Club. From the coach, Michael Brunker joined my staff in the early 1970s, full of enthusiasm, energy, and excitement for each and every day. We are now 51 years later, and nothing much has changed. I see the same enthusiastic person that I knew then and I know now. His love for extending a helping hand to others is so unique and special. To put it simply, Michael Brunker is a winner in the game of life. To know Michael is to love him and appreciate all the positives that he brings to every project that he is involved with. Dick Vitale closes by saying that Michael Brunker is awesome, baby, with a capital A. So we congratulate Michael and his family for an outstanding Rotary year. Let's have a big hand for Michael Brunker. Now let me introduce the immediate past president of this Rotary Club and the program chair of this roast today, Judy Thompson.
Yep, I'm using it. Yeah. First, please join me in,
I may be the chair of this event, but I did very, very little because, number one, Solveig Dupre came to me almost a year ago, right after my roast, and said, I want to help and be the person to choose the theme for Michael Brunker's roast. And so what you saw today was because of Solveig's theme and ideas, first of all. So give her a hand. Second, thank God I didn't have to write the script because it's not in my wheelhouse, but Mark Burgess, which is, where is Mark? Right in the back there. Slaved for weeks, had the director's role, along with Solveig to a certain extent, but they were, the two of them, along with Susie Spafford, who is a genius creatively as well, really caused this roast to happen. And is Solveig back there too? Where did Solveig go? Oh, there you go. Yeah. So you may not recognize her in her outfit, but yeah, okay. So thank those three. And then also, obviously, the entire cast of the roast and all the ideas and all the hours that people put in to do the practices. And the last night we did a dress rehearsal, which went so beautifully that today went so beautifully. You know how that goes. But anyway, it was a really wonderful effort, and I thank everybody who was involved, and I know you all will acknowledge them over and over again. Thank you again. Okay. Now that the club has roasted Michael as our 113th president, and John Morrell has toasted him by giving more of his history with us, I would like to take a few minutes to recap his presidency, a little of which John shared, but I would like to share more of his notable achievements as he reimagined, over and over again, our club, Rotary 33, with us. He has challenged us to dig deeper on what we can do. Okay. Number one, he has helped to add 70 more Paul Harris Fellows to our club through his Meet Us Halfway campaign, the most in any previous year. To date, our club has raised $30,000 for this incredible effort in collaboration with Jim Hughes. So Jim, if you would stand up and be acknowledged for your participation in that. Thank you so much. All of those funds benefiting Rotary International. Number two, his fundraising talents were on display as well during our meetings when he asked us to contribute to Happy Dollars, what used to be called fines, or as he renamed them, totaling $3,900 throughout the year. From the podium on February 1st, Michael raised $7,000 for our local victims of the terrible floods, which our executive committee then contributed $2,500 to. He helped to disperse those funds through the Jackie Robinson YMCA, go figure. He emceed our annual Big Bid auction, which raised, as John said, $155 million in project allocation funding. What did I say? What did I say? Oh, million? Oh, no, not quite that much. Okay, $155,000. Okay, got it. I'm glad you all caught me. Okay, this year we had another member become part of our Bequest Society, and 26 members commit to our Foundation Champions program, who will together add $260,000 to our Rotary Club Foundation over the next 5 years. Number three, speaking of setting our club up for success in the many years to come, Michael led the first strategic plan for our club through the partnership with Miro Copa. Please stand up, Miro. Thank you so much for generously contributing your time to do this Herculean effort. Thank you so much, along with a very, very strong committee. Can the committee stand that was on the strategic planning committee? Thank you all for participating in that. Our next 3 years, Club 33 presidents were on that committee and will collaborate with and build on this effort and reap the benefits of this plan in the coming years. Number four, he has helped to bring wonderful speakers along with Wendy Yershima Khan, his program chair. Wendy, where are you? There, Puma back there, thank you so much. That's a big job getting programs, but that was also Michael's help by utilizing his connections locally, many of whom are his good friends, of course, including Rotary's first female president in the history of the club, Sylvia Whitlock, local favorites like Dr. Ken Druck, the great Steve Fisher, Steve Bream, and Rolf Benershka, as well as an incredible performance by the MLK Choir, and of course an outstanding end to his year last week with Secretary of State Dr. Shirley Weber as our honored speaker. Number 5, he has led the effort to get our club positioned well and often in the media, along with our member Denise Scatina. Now, is Denise here? Denise, stand up and be recognized. Thank you so much. And we would often see Michael on TV. Just I would turn the TV on, there was Michael. There was Michael. There was Michael. You know, he really amped up the visibility of our club in the media. Number 6, he was just honored, many of you don't know this, he was just honored by our District Governor Don Phipps at the District Governor's Dinner last week as the recipient of the 2024 People of Action Award for his leadership, his community service, and his generosity. Number 7, he continually reminds us that it is more important to be the best Rotary Club in the world versus one of the largest, but he doesn't hesitate to say that we're the 10th largest. As a result, our members have felt his dedication to each of us throughout the year as he has spent his free time visiting members by meeting them where they are, when they can't make it to a meeting, calling us and our loved ones when we've had unexpected situations occur, attending events, ceremonies, and graduations to show his unwavering support, and even traveling long distances to attend the services of those who have passed. Not to mention lending his oratorial skills and love for our Rotary family to help make Chuck Preto's celebration of life an event to be forever remembered. How lucky our club is to have had you at the helm this past year, Michael. Michael, please come forward. I have to stay up on the stool so he can see me. So first of all, we'd like to present you with your presidential gavel that you can use in your home to hit whoever you want to hit, okay? And we also present you with your past president's pin that you should wear with pride. And it makes you officially a member of the Has-Been Club.
Thank you.
Lastly, you can put them down. Lastly, I don't have a big plaque, but we will be presenting a $1,000 check as a donation to the Jackie Robinson YMCA in your favor. Can you all hear me? We will be presenting to the Jackie Robinson YMCA a $1,000 check in Michael's honor as a gift for this year. Michael, on behalf of Club 33, thank you for all you have done and continue to do, and I know you will continue to do as volunteering within the district now as an assistant district governor. I don't know if any of you, most of you know that. And congratulations on an exemplary year. So one more time, let's stand up and give Michael one more big, big hand.
Where do you begin? One more. Where's the cast and crew of this roast right now? Will you all please stand? And let's give them a real rousing round of applause. You know, what's interesting is these roasts are awesome. And I've been in Rotary since '94, and they keep getting better. And thank you for really making it great this year. It was beautiful, beautiful. Loved the theme. And I will never forget, so since the first meeting, you warned me about, oh, we're going to get you at the roast. And now I know why, because you came in with a great theme, so I appreciate you. How many of you received the Rotary magazine this week? And on the cover is the new international president, who Stephanie Urich, and it talked about how she's ready to coach. And when I saw that on the front cover, you saw the coaching background I have, and it's just something special. She's sitting in the same stadium that the Steelers play in, and she talks about how she's ready to coach people up to help make Rotary even greater than what it is right now. But after a 22-year coaching career in basketball, I learned real quickly that the difference is you. The difference between a champ and a chump is you. And then when it comes to Rotary, the difference between care and cure is you. And we're doing that as Rotarians all around the world. Rotarians are winners in the biggest game of all, the game of life. I learned that from Dick Vitale, and I use it. You know, those are things that are real important, and isn't that important to us? I mean, we know there's standing room only on every street corner for losers, but winners have a special cut to them, and everybody here has that same mantra, and I appreciate that. But this binder that I brought up here with me right now is some special things as I came into these meetings right now. On the front cover right here, this is the presidential swearing in that Kolu used to swear me in. And then on the inside cover, I have a picture of Kolu up here at the stands that was made into a card by Daryl Horton, who just came as a guest. How many guests do we have here that are not Rotarians? Please stand and be recognized. Absolutely. And I'm telling you right now, I love these people too, but every one of them could be potential Rotarians and Rotary presidents just like me. So I wouldn't let them out of the room without asking more about them and trying to figure out what it's going to take to get them to start the membership process, okay? But also too, inside this front cover is who was at the Mr. San Diego this year, where we received this from Peter Siley, who was a dear friend of mine. And I put this in here as well. Then when I go to the back cover, you know, I give the speaker's gift out every meeting, and I give these coins out, all right? And these coins will go to the speakers, and they're significant because they reflect the theme for the year internationally, which is Create Hope in the World. And so everything I did this year, I didn't do it alone. There's a whole lot of folks here that helped make this happen. And at this time, I'd like to ask Mia Horinsky, Wendy Hiroshima Khan, and Duke Sobek to come forward if they would, because I'd like to present you these coins. Wendy is the person that handled every program. I didn't bring these programs in. It was Wendy. And I'm going to tell a little bit more about her in a minute. But Wendy brought them in, and she was here every meeting. And Mia handled, so the president-elect handles the committees and provides support to all of the committees. So all those committee showcases you saw in the lobby, that was Mia. And all the presentations we had, that came from Mia. And now she's going to be at this podium next year leading these meetings, and I appreciate all that she did. So Mia, this coin is for you. Thank you very much. Okay. And then Wendy, this is for you. All right. And Duke, he must not be here, but he's visiting his mom. But Duke was our membership committee chair. So all those members you heard about come in this year, 30 new members this year, was because of Duke Sobek and the membership committee, of which, who's on the membership committee? Please raise your hand. Everybody in this club is a member of the membership committee, right? And let's give Duke a big hand. I'm sure he's watching on Zoom. So you got the covers, the oath, the card, the coins, but on the back is something many of you don't know, except that table right there that just received $1,000 at the Jackie Robinson YMCA. And this is from the book about Jackie Robinson, and it was a quote that he used, and I want to share this with you. He says, "For all the success Jack felt unfulfilled, or his success stirred in him sharp feelings of guilt about the poor and the sick. His work with children at the YMCA, where he was now on the board of directors." You see, that first season with the Dodgers, he wasn't the great Jackie Robinson yet. He needed a job, and they put him at the 135th Street YMCA in Harlem, New York. Now, why Harlem? Why not Long Island? Why not the Manhattan Y? I think we all know why, right? But he was a youth leader. He worked with young boys at that YMCA. And then as he became the great Jackie Robinson YMCA, like all nonprofits do, you make him what? A member of the board of directors, right? And so they were smart. They did that at that time. But he said he wanted to do more. He said, "This is too supervised for me. I want to see the kids who can't even come into the Y. I want to try to help where it's needed more." I want to help where it's needed more, okay? And that's the quote that I blew up. And every one of my people at the Jackie Robinson, you have seen this before, haven't you? Because I asked them, this little YMCA in 1997, who had that old raggedy facility that should have been condemned, when you got a pristine Mission Valley Y and La Jolla Ys, and then the new Copley YMCA comes, why can't Jackie Robinson have, Amos Johnson, who's sitting here, says, why can't we have one like that? And now we've got one. Yes. But here's something I failed to notice when I picked out that one paragraph in the quote. The paragraph above it says this. Listen carefully to this, and this is where we are in our times right now. It says, "By September, he revealed his bat weighed heavily in his hands, and his legs were often numb. But the worst pressure was psychological. The strain of the last 3 or 4 years has done something to me. Not that I have anything to worry about, but I'm jumpy and nervous all of the time." So if you know anything about the life and times of Jackie Robinson, and we know what he went through, and we talk about, do you think they had mental health professionals back then? You know, when he was playing baseball? No, it didn't happen back then, but he just had to get over it, right? Had to keep playing, had to keep the racial slurs and the death threats and all of that, just to play a game of baseball. And so that was Jackie Robinson, the other side of him, that many people fail to understand and really realize what he was all about. So as John mentioned, you know, my goal after every meeting is I'm hoping I could leave something behind. That's all. There's a song. Who's ever heard that song? Just trying to leave something behind. Who's heard that? Am I the only one? So family first is important. I feel all of us are family. But there's also casual, connected, and committed family members. The time, treasure, and talent that all of you see on social media today, and those of you that received your Paul Harris Fellows a couple weeks ago, or last week actually took a picture of it and posted it up on LinkedIn and got hundreds of people commenting and congratulating you on that. That's the difference in the times we have when you tell your story and other people understand what's going on. And then those emails. I can't believe we got through this whole roast and nobody said anything about the emails I send out. But there's a method to the madness, because I don't want anybody in this room or in this club feeling that they weren't invited to be a part of something every week. And there would be a message in there unrelated to the rotator. It wasn't about the speaker, but it's about you, okay? And I would look at those analytics. I would look at how many people actually open their emails. A lot of you don't open your emails. But if that's the only way we're communicating with you, we got to think about that, because we want everybody to continue to know that you are wanted and appreciated here. So as I keep score, there are actually 47 meetings. Now, this will be the 48th. But coming into today, the following people have attended 40 or more meetings. And when I call your name, please stand. Attending 40, Jack Carpenter. Where's Jack at? Jack, he can't stand, but he's over here. But and here's how I count this. It's not only being here physically, but if you attended on Zoom, I'm counting it. I'm counting it. Because you are engaged. You are committed. If you're going to spend an hour on Zoom watching what's going on here, you're definitely an engaged Rotarian. Jack has 40. John Hill has 40. Where's John at? Is John here? Remain standing, John. Larry Sholey has 40. He's attended 38 and zoomed on 2. Where's Larry at? Stand up. Let's give them a big hand for the 40s. Remain standing. At 41, when I call your names, Stephen Carlson, Ingrid DeLamas, Lisa Miller, Ed Marachik, Tom Vecchione, Dean Crowder, Mike Meany. They've all attended 41. Let's give them a big hand. Attending 42 is Mike Meany, Bridget Meckley, and Wendy Hiroshima Khan. Give them a hand. And don't sit down, because I want everybody to see who you are. And Wendy, and here's the important thing about Wendy right now. We know that her father was in the latter stages of his life. And she would fly up to Northern California, be with him throughout the week, and never miss a Rotary meeting. She'd be back here in time for Thursday. Let's give her a real big hand. Thank you, Wendy. All by himself at 43 is Doug Arbon. Where's Doug? Doug is right here. At 44, Roger Haynes and Vicki Horrier. There's Vicki. And then at 45, 45, that's 45, we have one person. So this is the next person next to me. I made 46. This is my 47. I only missed one. Only missed one. But where's Sue Rem at? Where's Sue at? Sue, I want you to come up here, Sue, because this last coin is for you. This is for you. Sue Rem has attended 45 out of 47 meetings going into this one. Sue, well, she's just coming off of surgery. I'm going to ask Paul to take this coin back to her if you can. Let's give Sue a real big hand. Nobody has attended more meetings this year than Sue Rem, all right? So I know why 90 out of 49 have not attended. Some have special circumstances, and then there's others, there's like 33 who have none. It could be senior actives or past or whatever, but they don't have to come to meetings. But then there's some that have no excuse. And so I started calling and finding out what's going on in their world. But then there's some of you are here for the first time this year. If you kindly stand up if you want to admit it. But I see folks that come in for the first time, and I ask them why. And the response is always, it is time. It is time to come back to Rotary. And I just want to encourage everybody to keep Rotary in your life. And then that reminder I sent out this week about the myrotary.org. There's 344 of us that are not registered with that. Please do it so you can stay connected at the international level. So Rotary cares. I'm going to close on this. You know, reasons why we don't see members. I know why past President Gary Nelson's not here. I know why past President Pat Kroll is not there. They can't get out of the bed, okay? And if we're going to bring Rotary to them, we have to go in person. If you visited either one of them, put your hands up. Let's give all of us a big hand, right? And then there's my man, Leon Williams, who I brought in as an honorary member. He will be 102 in July, okay? So I know he's watching on Zoom right now. Let's give Leon a big hand. And then on Monday at the governor's dinner, they have a portion of the program. It's called In Memoriam. And it lists all the Rotarians throughout the district who've been called to be with the Lord this year. And then our club came up. Bud Rubin, Bill McCall, Wade McKnight, past President Don Tart, past President Chuck Preto, past President Bonnie Schwartz. And then there were two who were in our club, but they're with other clubs or have left us, but they're still part of our family, past President Fred Baranowski and John Wirtz. Then there's the loved ones of club members who've been called. The son of Roger Doherty, the mother of Paul Hartley, the father of Duke Sobeck, the father of Wendy Oshima Khan, the father of Will Hage, the mother of Jerry Warnke. This is not the first time this happened to our club. There were 8 members from our club who passed away last year. But what happened this year was it was like all within 6 to 7 weeks. So there were 14 celebrations of life that we went to. I went to 9 of them, and as did all of us. And I know how much the families of those loved ones appreciated us being here. That is Rotary to me. So I was coming to here with Kolu. We drove here and we're listening to the radio, and one of my favorite songs came on by the Foo Fighters. It's called Times Like These. And in that song, if you've ever listened to it, play it on the way home. And if you haven't listened to it, look it up. But it talks about it's times like these where we have to live, we have to give, we have to love again and again, because stuff happens in our world, and Rotary can make us that much stronger. So as we look at the greeters that welcomed you when you came in, and I know I was there, no one said anything about me standing at the door saying thank you for coming. You must have liked that, or didn't make the complaint list. But let me say this to you. I'm sincere about this. When I say I'll miss you if you don't attend, and I want to thank you for coming. Thank you for taking that time out of your day to be here at Rotary for whatever's going on in your world or whatever the program is, just to fellowship with each other and to get the updates like you have. But that's important, too, to say thank you. But none of this would have been possible without all of you, starting with Jordan, who couldn't be here today because she's at a RILA conference up in Northern California doing Rotary work. Let's give Jordan a big hand. She can hear you. I'm sure she's going to be watching. And then Becky in the back. Becky ran this show by herself this week. Let's give Becky a real big hand. And then there's Danny on the AV who makes all of this happen, and we appreciate the camera being here. We're going to get a good zoom this week. And then the folks at Liberty Station, Vanessa and Sodexo. That's the lunch I would take home and eat my fruit salad on the way home every meeting. And then our hardworking committee chairs and board members. Where are you? If you're a committee chair or board member, please stand and be recognized. All our committee members. Yes. Love you all. And then finally, what about my family? Yeah, because I know you saw that slide of Maria and I, it'll be 48 years on August 21st. And Maria, I just want to thank you for allowing me to do this, because and everybody, when I was inducted, went up to her and kind of said, like, stuff is going to happen this year. Are you ready for it and all that? This has kind of been our life as long as we've known each other. But Maria, I love you and I appreciate everything. And we're going to have more time together. Now, I don't have to be at Rotary every Thursday, right? So we can do more together. And it doesn't have to be a family vacation. Let's give Maria a big hand if you can. Our youngest of 5 is here. Mariana's here, just moved back from Portland, and I'm praying and hoping that maybe one day she could be a YoPro. She would be great for Rotary, and I hope some of you could talk to her about how to get into it. And our other children are watching on Zoom, Michael, Maria, Mario, and Michelle. And speaking of Michelle, who remembers the Take Your Daughter to Work Day when she would stand up here and give the Rotary news? Anybody remember that? Well, now I'm going to invite her first child, our first grandson, Kolu, to come up. And you know he swore me in, so he said, Papa, if I swore you in, I got to take you out. Come on up, Kolu.
Aloha. I am Kolu Kalaniopio from the Big Island of Hawaii. I am Nani and Papa's first grandchild. Our newborn baby brother, Luca, is the 9th. He is watching on Zoom with my parents. To me, Rotary means a community is working together to make the world a better place. Something else I've noticed is you all are very good at working together to serve others all over here and all over the world. If I could ask Rotary to do one thing, I would like for the whole world to have good schools, so every child, like me and my brothers, can get a good education. I would like to thank you all for letting me be a part of my papa's first and last days of being a San Diego Rotary President. And now, please welcome my little brother Cruz, who will bring our 4-year-old brother Duke up to ring the bell for my papa's final Rotary meeting, which he has been waiting to do since I swore him in. Mahalo.
Good job. Okay, you can step down off of that now. Step up. You're going to stand right